May I come in, sir?
Right. Devesh, are you working somewhere?
Yes, sir.
Just introduce to the board.
Sir, my name is Devesh Chaturvedi. I am a graduate of 2019 from IIT in Mumbai, working passed out from mechanical engineering. So currently, I'm working as deputy collector in Etawah, Uttar Pradesh. And so my hobby is badminton and watching soccer.
Uh, so, Deputy Collector, you are through the State Civil Service?
Yes, sir.
Uh, how many months, years of service which you have completed?
Sir, today marks 2 months of my district posting. 2 months. So currently, I'm working as a probationer.
Devesh, how relevant is mechanical engineering in the changing scenario of technology?
So one core thing in mechanical engineering, what I observed, what I have learned in my 4 years was, so there is one thing that is innovation. So the basis of mechanical engineering is innovation. So everyday technology is changing and everything is innovating. So second was simplicity for the customers who are using it. So mechanical also behind every four-wheeler that we drive. Sir, suppose we used to have earlier we used to have a key system of vehicles. So we had to start a car by key. Presently, sir, it has shifted to touch. So we had to press a button now. Sir, it's all about innovation as well as simplicity for a customer to use. Sir, it's very relevant still.
Something new now we are hearing, which is called metaverse. Can you just what is metaverse and what it is about?
Uh, Sir, as far as I remember, it's kind of virtual world. So it's yes, sir. I don't have adequate knowledge on it, but I know it's kind of a virtual world.
As a district collector, how will be you will be able to make use of your engineering knowledge?
Sir, in engineering we learned two methods. They were in we had a in mechanical engineering, industrial engineering specifically. We had two methods. It was called as PERT and CQM. Sir, in that thing there was a concept called as strengthening of the weakest link. So if we have to set, especially in administration also, there are some weak links in the whole administration period, whole administration. So if we strengthen the weakest link, such weakest link presently is the local level governance. People, they are not, it's not really very people centric as of now. There is a system, there election process, everything is there, but people are not involved in the election as such. So sir, I think that being a mechanical engineer, apart from innovation in working as well as simplicity for people to access the governance, so one thing is to strengthen the weakest link.
In India, the process of planning is since independence.
Yes.
How will you define the planning? And if the planning has been adopted uh, as a instrument of growth, why the weakest link or the last link has been missed?
So sir, planning, it's a method to allocate resource, sir, in the form of, if we talk about governance in India, so planning is basically how we are going to allocate a resource, what kind of development is going to be there. Sir, earlier model was top-down approach. We used to have so money used to flow from outside, or the decisions they were made at the top level. And sir, it was believed that it will trickle down to the bottom lowest society. Sir, even so after something after 2012, after even sir after 1993, after the PRI, the decentralization was done, sir, the efforts was made to make it more bottom up kind of development, and planning was to be made like this. Presently also, sir, we have a GPDP. Sir, I don't remember the full form. So it's Gram Development Plan. It's in the form of decentralized development. So it is to strengthen the weakest link that is present at the ground level.
Now you are working as a deputy collector, and though of course you are in a probation. Are Gram Panchayat able to present their developmental plan and policy, and whether the district administration is going as per the top, bottom to top, or still the policies from up to down?
Sir, I would say in my state, Gram, they are not very empowered. People, so the person who wins an election, he just comes here for the grab of power. And so the GPDP, sir, it's still written in the rule books of our whatever service that we are doing, but sir, still it is not very visible on the ground level.
To empower the Gram Panchayat, the fiber connectivity
Yes, sir.
is now being fiber connectivity is being laid, implemented. What is that project called? Are you aware of that?
So I think it's called BharatNet project.
Uh, and when it was supposed to be completed and how much completion it has taken place?
Sir, I am not aware of this.
Uh, you have been organizer.
Yes.
Organizer of what?
So it's a TEDx, it's a TED event at a local level. So it's a TEDx is a local event of a international NGO which is called TED.
This you are doing in the college?
Yes, sir.
So NGOs were allowed to participate?
Sir, actually, it was, sir, in event that we had, sir, it's actually an event of, we had over 8 speakers from different areas of country. Sir, we had two Bollywood stars, two members were two Bharat Ratna awardee, and sir, two were industry leadership. So they used to come and they used to share their vision of how that they have worked in India. And so they wanted to present their model of development of growth at what they had done to improve the conditions of India. It was an interactive session this year.
Whether the aim and objective of inviting people from different fields, was it met?
Yes, sir. Sir, we had 3 panelists who were females and who had born and brought up in the rural areas of Jharkhand only. So, sir, so our more basic, sir, it was the first TED event that was to be conducted in the Jharkhand region. And when we got invited, so sir, our chief guest was district magistrate, and sir, he applauded our efforts to have this work done. So I think, sir, it was successful in meeting the criteria.
Sir, you belong to Varanasi, your family belong to Varanasi. Yes, tell me something about Varanasi or Kashi.
So, sir, Varanasi has been derived from the when we do the Sandhi of name, it's called as Varuna plus Asi. So it's in the confluence of these two rivers. So the Kashi, it's called as City of Lights. It's presently it's a small division of Varanasi. So it's a very historic place. It has a rich culture. A lot of temples are there. It houses the BHU University, and sir, the local cuisines make it very unique in the world.
Whether it is related to Shivaji, Brahma, or Vishnu.
Sir, it is said that when Shivaji got angry, he cut Brahma's one head and it was dropped in the region, and so it became very kind of very sacred place.
And how Vishnuji is connected with it?
Sir, I'm a little blurry on the details. Sorry.
In Rig Veda, you find the first mention of.
Yes. Yes.
In Puranas, they are telling that the city belongs to Vishnu.
Yes.
In Matsya Purana, they say that it belongs to Brahma. Right?
Yes, sir.
This temple of Vishnu Kashinath was constructed and demolished many times. Yes. Can you tell me the name of the leaders who demolished it and the people who reconstructed it? It happened many times.
Yes, sir. So I remember the name of 2 demolishers. So one was the Aurangzeb. He demolished it once. And sir, one was in during the times of before Akbar. There was time of in Lodhi time. It was also demolished. So I don't know the name of ruler. And sir, it was it was renovated by 2 people again. I remember. So one was Maharaja Ranjit Singh. He donated some gold into the region. And sir, second was Ahilya Bai Holkar, who was a Maratha. She was a Maratha, so she also contributed some for donation of the temple.
Muhammad Ghori was the first to demolish the temple. Then Tughlaq came. Then Qutbuddin Aibak. Then Shah Jahan attacked. Aurangzeb attacked. Then it was reconstructed by so many people.
Yes.
Right? The latest week of structure has been done by Hari, right? Renovation was done by Maharaja Ranjit, right? You must know the place you belong to. You must know.
Sir, I was confused on the so many names.
Yeah. Yeah.
I will, sir. I will, sir.
Anyway, you are as an administrator.
Yes, sir.
Tell me, where to put yourself in 1 to 10 scale of honesty?
I'm sorry, sir.
1 to 10 scale of honesty. Honesty in administration.
Honesty in administration. So I would put myself definitely on the scale of 10. Yes, sir.
Is it possible practical?
Sir, on a personal level, I think it is possible. I have to be honest to myself.
Honesty for me is a very comprehensive term.
Yes, sir.
It is that you don't get influenced by political pressure.
Yes.
You don't get influenced by your nepotism. You don't get influenced by money pass. In which way you have put yourself in 1 to 10 scale and you're saying that you are 10. Is it practically possible to be at the 10 point?
Sir, as I said, I consider myself honesty at a personal level. Sir, it involves money also. Honesty in terms of, okay, sir. So the political pressure, specifically going with political pressure. Sir, I believe that if the political pressure is just, if it is by law, then sir, I have to follow the pressure. If the thing is again by the law, if it is illegal and some things are some things are going to be done, if a political party is pressurizing me to do something wrong.
Can the political pressure be legal and illegal?
Yes, sir.
Sir, if they are pressing for the right thing,
yes, sir,
it means you are not doing your duty.
Sir, there are certain things. No, sir.
Why the political intervention is required? It means you are not doing your duty properly. Sir, you are not honest that way. I would like to say that.
No, sir. There are some priorities in the area. So suppose in the present time only, sir. Presently, the MLC elections are going on there in our district, in my state only. So, sir, and the new government has also been formed, and there are some political pressures to implement the scheme of the government or to conduct the election. So, sir, we have to act priority-wise. And, sir, if the cause is just of a political party, then, sir, I'll have to take more quicker action on this.
You are an administrator.
Yes, sir.
Tell me, administration is a science or it's art?
Sir, I would say it's an art.
It's an art. Yes. Because in administration, two and two never make four. Yes. Sometimes they are three. Yes. Sometimes they are two. Yes. Here again, how you can say you will put at 10?
How I consider, sir, I consider myself to be a very honest person. It's a good to have oneself to put at a higher bar.
In your district, some mega work might be doing some people mega work. How the payment is effective? Is it in time payment system or how do you ensure that payment is made to the labor in time and amount is paid in fully amount?
Sir, to answer your first question, so the payments are not in time. There are some delays of from 10 days to sometimes there are 6-month delays are there. Sir, to answer your second question about how to ensure the payments are made on time, sir, I'm not exactly sure about the procedure that has been going on, but sir, the direct benefit transfer is one of the key should be there, and no cash transfer should be.
What are the rulings of the Supreme Court of the payment of data?
I'm sorry, sir, I'm not aware of that.
Can machines be used for work related to data?
Sorry, sir.
Can machines be used to complete the work of Nureka?
Yes, sir, it can be used, but sir, it shouldn't be used.
No, it's not the proper answer.
Because sir,
how much work can we do? What is the percentage where we can use machines? And why we use machines for that place?
Yes, so sir, in Narega only, there are a lot of work that is being done by manual labor. Suppose a digging of we have to dig up.
Fundamental of Narega is that it should be done by manual labor.
Yes.
It is the fundamental of the system. Asking about the use of
uses of machines in the Narega.
Is it permitted?
Sir, I'm not aware of.
It is permitted. 40% up to 40% it is permitted. If the terrain you are dealing with is very hard, you have to use machines.
Thank you, sir.
Member was asking you about fiber connectivity.
Fiber connectivity. Yes.
What is dark fiber?
Dark fiber. I'm not aware of.
When you put fiber lines, you put some spare lines also, which are not for immediate use. Those are called dark fiber. That is for the future use, you can see. So unnecessary digging in the future should be avoided. Right? Your subject was
Anthropology.
anthropology. What's the difference between anthropology and sociology?
Sociology, yes. Sir, when the subjects started back in 1850s, sir, anthropology and sociology, they had a very different kind of a domain. So sociology was basically interested in societies which had some kind of which were present, modern society as well as societies which had 100 years of history. So in order to compare the evolution of society in those years, sir, anthropology on the other hand, it was interested in primitive societies as well. And sir, uh, sociocultural anthropology and sociology, they were considered to be sister subjects. And sir, the Indian anthropologists who were involved in sociology, they were also the stalwarts of sociocultural anthropology. But sir, now the efforts they have reduced, especially in India. So sociocultural anthropology as well as sociology, they are studied on the same platform.
From your biodata, I could know that your father was SDM Azamgarh. Yes. Tell me something about that.
So I didn't have any luck to visit there, but sir, from what I have read, so the Azamgarh, its name is from there was a king. His name was Vikramaditya, and he had two sons. He adopted Islam, and he had two sons. One was called Azam, and other was called Azmat. So sir, Azamgarh was named after him, and sir, Azmat, it's a small tehsil inside the Azamgarh, and sir, Azamgarh is famous for its lock, Tala.
No, if you are
No, sir. Azamgarh also. It's also yes, sir.
I've not heard.
Unbreakable locks are there from.
It's known for some two personalities also.
Two personalities, sir. I'm not aware of.
We have not heard.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Then his daughter,
Shabana's.
Thank
you, sir. Sir, I had
great personalities of Azamgarh.
Yes, sir.
Or you can count it if you belong to Azamgarh, you know about Azamgarh.
Sir, I'll read. Yes, sir.
You have written that your mother is housewife.
Yes, sir.
Profession is housewife.
No, sir. It's
so you have written?
Sir, at that time it should have been homemaker, but
it should be home.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Thank you. Devesh,
yes.
A small query on this application.
Yes.
In father's profession, civil service in bracket IE, IAS, IFS, IPS, IRS. I mean, was he which service he was?
Sir, he is from state services, but sir, there is written civil services, IAS, IPS, IRS, etc.
Achha, the column is as such.
Yes, sir. Its column is as
column is like that.
Yes.
Okay. You are a mechanical engineer, right?
Yes, sir.
Which is the biggest mechanical invention till date? What do you think, Lisa? This is the biggest mechanical invention
till date. Sir, I would consider wheel. Yes.
Good. What is the first mechanical invention?
What is the first?
First mechanical invention. What can you think of?
Fire.
Fire is not a mechanical invention. Anything else?
Sir, I'm not able to. Quickly, I'm not able to.
James Watt steam?
Yes. Sir.
Could be?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
When he invented the steam as pressure and can move things.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You have studied mines engineering?
No, sir. I've studied mechanical engineering from Indian School of Mines.
Indian School of Mines?
Yes, sir.
What is the sitcoms you said?
The sitcom is a kind of situational comedy. So, like in Hindi, you might have heard of Tarak Mehta Ka Ulta Chashma. They're very famous. So, sir, it has been derived from English sitcoms. So, sir, there are some international TV shows which are based on the sitcoms.
Sure, situational comedy.
Yes, sir.
You have been organizer of events in the college, right?
Yes, sir.
I give you a situation.
Yes, sir.
You have to organize a festival.
Yes, sir.
And I leave it to you whether you invite film star there, or you invite two Bharat Ratna people,
Yes, sir.
or you invite the industrialists.
Industries, yes.
Whom will you?
So can I choose only one or can I choose amongst?
You, I don't know. It's up to you. You are the boss.
Okay.
You are the organizer. Choice is yours.
Okay.
Whom will you? These are the three categories.
Okay.
Whom will you invite?
Sir, I would definitely try to invite all of them. If sir, I have been given a permission to invite as many people as can, so definitely then I'll invite all of them.
But shouldn't you invite as per the theme of the seminar?
Sir, the theme of seminar, it says that yes, sir. So, sir, there is a what guidelines of TED say you can invite anyone, but everyone has to be given a time limit of 18 minutes. They can speak for only 18 minutes, but any person can be invited.
Priority, can you set some priority?
Sir, priority wise, I would prefer, sir, Bharat Ratna awardee was the first, second would be industrialist, and third would be film star.
Yeah, very nice. What is this Kashi corridor we are in these days?
Sir, Kashi Vishwanath corridor.
Kashi Vishwanath
Yes, sir.
corridor.
So, sir, earlier, sir, Kashi Vishwanath, the temple, there were people who were living there illegally. So, Kashi Vishwanath, it was a very spread temple, and there were some smaller idols present in and around the main shrine. So, sir, people constructed their house alongside those idols. And so, presently, the government, what they are trying is that they are just removing the people from the area to construct a corridor which connects Manikarnika Ghat to Vishwanath, and which again goes to Assi Ghat. So it's a corridor like this, and it's basically done to attract tourism as well as to improve the sanitation of the region.
The ghats are everywhere, all along the Yamuna, all along Ganga. Yes. Why is ghats in Banaras only important?
Sir, Banaras is considered to be a very pious place. It's said that.
So as Haridwar?
Yes, sir, but we have 84 ghats which are very popular. And sir,
why ghat in Banaras only are called ghats, are very popular, and they were great significance. What is that significance of ghats in Banaras only? Why not in Haridwar? There may be many other places on the way. Rishikesh ghats not that popular. Haridwar ghat not that popular, but these are the ghats people go to Varanasi to see the ghats only. So what is so special about these ghats?
Sir, I believe that there were for few historical reasons as well, as far as the story goes. So it shows that Raja Harishchandra was there, who donated everything on a Harishchandra Ghat. Then, sir, there was a debate between two communities as to where Kabir would go. So the Kashi was also one of very popular in those regions. And so presently also, people come from a very far off state just to put the last remains of their dead ones in the regions of the Ghat. And so fourth is, I feel that a temple is also there. A lot of temples are constructed along the Ghats, which increases their significance.
Any idea what is BMI in medical term, health term?
It's a body mass index.
What is that?
So it's height upon weight square. Sorry, sir, it's weight upon height.
Weight upon height.
Yes, in the meters. Height is in meters. Yes.
And any idea how much the figure should be anywhere? So which is considered the best?
Sir, yes, sir. So 18 to 24, it's normal. 24 to 30, it's obese, and 30 and above, it's ultra obese, very obese. Sir, 24 to 30, it's overweight, and sir, above that, it's obese.
Cheer.
Devesh.
Yes, sir.
How do you define engineering? What is engineering?
Sir, engineering is the study of non-animated objects, how they move, how they function, and how they move.
Is it? And what is physics then?
So physics is the general understanding about our surroundings.
So that is also study of non-animated objects and motions.
But sir, engineering, it has engineering, it basically derives from the laws of physics. Engineering, it's one of the portion of the physics. It's
okay, but then what is that portion can be defined as? How it is different, additional, distinct from physics? Keep physics away. I just want to know what is engineering.
Sir, engineering as we go by the name, so it contains the word engineer. So engineering is to design something based on the laws which are present there. So it's basically an application of a laws of nature to a particular system.
Design for what?
So design for humans. Design
For humans for what? Human consumption, human drinking, humans what?
to reduce the efforts of humans.
So engineering is the application of
Yes.
science so that the human efforts are reduced.
Yes.
Because when you engineer something, means you should make it in such a way that it should be user friendly, more convenient, more comfortable. Otherwise, there won't be difference between a physicist and an engineer. So now, how would you define technology? What is engineering and what is technology?
So technology is, sir, I'm not.
You have 4 years of your life.
Sir, I
And
would
it's
like.
everybody talks about technology nowadays. This is technology. Can we say this is engineering also in technology?
Yes. Sir.
So what makes it engineering and what makes it technology?
So, sir, engineering is a design, and sir, technology is a product that is used by the person.
Okay. You mentioned about these TED Talks and all, and you invited Bollywood stars. Why do you think, or what do you think the Bollywood stars have that they can communicate to the students that will be good for the society in general?
So, sir, we invited a star called Tanishta Chatterjee. She has been born and brought up in the Jharkhand region as well. And so she shared a story about two things. One was about honor killing, in which she talked about a Marathi movie called as Sairat. And so,
So for that you need Bollywood star to say. Because if you're calling someone, they should have something of their own to share.
yes, sir, yes. But sir, she was just taking a context from that movie. She was just taking context from that movie. And so second, she talked about how being a woman, it's difficult in society as general. It's difficult in a patriarchal society like India. It's difficult in Bollywood or even in Hollywood. So she talked about her
I
experience.
would like to rephrase my question. What was your motivation, intention, thought process, rationale in calling Bollywood stars? I can understand industries because yours is engineering college, entrepreneurs and industries would be always a role model. Bharat Ratna obviously social relevance, but I could not gather the relevance or rationale that can be said about Bollywood stars. And you're saying Bollywood stars, that is also a very important thing because you didn't say Bollywood actors. Because when I hear the word star, it means something else, actors or something else. But it's okay. I'm ready to take it as a broad thing.
Sir, calling Bollywood actors was it was more of a strategic move in order to attract the public. So because when we went for the sponsorship in the region, people were not aware about what TEDx is. But when we told that certain areas in which actors are here, they showed some interest, and so that was one of the major reasons.
So basically, they were showpieces more of than real.
So I wouldn't say showpieces, but sir, they were one of the factors to attract the crowd as well as to attract the
So
sponsors.
one thing I understand, attract the crowds, and for perhaps that's the reason any other place Bollywood stars will be called. Any other reason other than attract?
Sir,
That means they are showpieces. Because what would you attract? Attract towards something that is showable.
But sir, it's a showpieces. It's a, I would say it's a derogatory thing to say that.
No, but the thing is, you are calling them so that you can attract them. Itself is derogatory. Naming is derogatory and doing is not derogatory. How is it possible?
Yes, sir, I agree.
Anyway, what is your view on encounters? So many encounters we have been hearing, especially in your state. You are SDM, sitting most of the things. You are not very, kind of experienced in the system, but you have seen because your father was there. So you might have heard many stories like that. So, what is your view till now? Think and tell.
So encounters are basically used in self-defense when the perpetrator is running away from the police or when he's causing harms to the policeman life. So the problem arises when the encounters they are not accountable, if they are not justified or the situation or the events, they are not in the order. Then, sir, the events of fake encounters also emerge. And, sir, that is against the law.
So, how many encounters, as far as the media reported, happened in UP in last 5-6 years?
Sir, I'm not aware.
Okay, any scale you are aware of? You didn't go through the newspapers?
Sir, it might be somewhere between 500,000 all across the
So, why it is happening in UP is such a huge speed? And if you compare the same number with even neighboring state of Bihar, you will not find even 2 digits.
Yes, sir. So, the law and order situation in UP is very dismal as compared to other states. And so, the policemen, they are very much over pressured. And sometimes, sir, police feel that it would be easier to shoot a person than to catch him.
What do you think can be 5 legitimate scenarios, reasons behind an encounter happening? Legitimate scenarios, situations, reasons behind an encounter. Which encounter will be like, okay, it happened?
So, first of all, if it's in retaliation, first of all, if the encounter is in retaliation.
Why retaliation happens?
So, because the people whom the perpetrator, with the police deals, they are often carrying some amount of guns. They might be.
How can encounter and police and the criminal, what we can say, fight? That is different. Encounter happens only after they are arrested. Yes or no? We are not talking about the skirmishes happening. Encounter is called encounter only after it is the criminal is arrested and then perhaps he is taking from one place to the other, something happens to him. So then how can he has guns? If police department put.
So there might be a situation when he might snatch gun from the police officer.
So how many times do you think this situation can happen?
Sir, again, sir, I cannot comment on that, sir. It's possible many times.
Last question, just I was wondering because you seem to be having good knowledge of mechanical and things. But what made you to go to anthropology?
So it's a combination of personal as well as both strategic reasons. So personally, my father also had anthropology while he was preparing. So he advised me to go through a subject once and see if I like it. So I read about a chapter and I found it very relatable to my society, to our society as well. So secondly, I had biology in class 11th and 12th also. So sir, there were some sections in the anthropology which were concerned with biology. So sir, there was almost 40% of syllabus was same. And the third, for not opting mechanical was it has a vast subject, as a proper guidance was not available in that area.
Okay, Devesh, thank you.